Okay, so now we're gonna continue with visualization of data in Python. So now we're just gonna do two more examples to this tutorial. The first one is a scatter graph. So we're gonna do the same thing as we did before. We're going to set our figure name, figure 6 this time, plt.figure, defining the figure object as scatter. And then we're going to have x5 equals now fig6 dot add subplot like we did before. So we're defining the figure, initializing the figure, adding a subplot with 3 ones. And then this time we're going to have the function called scatter. The first parameter is the values on the x-axis. So our first parameter is -1, 0, 2, 3, and 5. And our second parameter is all the values on the y-axis. So we're going to have 2, 1, 3, 0, 0.5, my bad, not 0, 4, and there we are. And then we're going to plt dot show. And there we go, there's our scatter graph. Now, so if we modify our scatter graph by adding two more parameters on, one is list and the other is color, then we get a bubble graph. So we're going to do the following. So we're going to have a list here. So here we go. 120, 200, 300, 150, and 30. And then we're going to have the colors of each bubble, red. You can do it with letters, R for red, G for green, and you can also use the hexadecimal values. In quotes, single quotes, hashtag BCDFF0. This is that hex value. You don't have to do it like this. This is just more technical and more specific way of doing things. BB5500. So to recap, values on the x-axis is the first argument. The second argument, parameter or argument, whatever you call them. Second parameter is the value on the y-axis. The third parameter is the bubble widths, and the fourth parameter is the bubble colors. And then we're going to show this. As you can see, we got bubbles now. Now we can play with this. Let's make this 1020. See, it gets bigger. Let's say 2000, 3000, 1500, and 300. So you can play around to get bigger bubbles. All right, let's put that back to normal. All right, so our last example is the pie chart. So figure 8 is going to be equal to PLT. This time it's a pie chart, so the same thing as before, just now it's saying pi. And now we have a parameter, we're gonna have a variable called sizes and set the various sizes of the portions of the pie chart. So 55, 50, 44, and 36. And then we're gonna have the labels for each one. We're going back to the basketball example with the basketball players. So we're gonna have Wade, James, Kobe, and Curry. And then we're gonna have explode parameter, keep saying parameter, a variable called explode, which is going to have the values 0, 1, 0.1, 0, 0, 0. So it'll be a series of numbers like this. And then we have finally colors for each one. So we're gonna have red, purple, and then we're gonna have yellow. Then finally, oops, I should put that in quotes. Yellow and blue. So instead of so you're gonna see in the plotting plt.py we have several parameters. So our first one is sizes, which is the list of parts. That's our list of parts is the first parameter, which is this. And then we have explode, which tells us if the parts are separated from the whole and by how much. So instead of actually writing everything in the arguments, we're defining the variables beforehand, so it's easy to write. So explode equals explode. Then we have the labels, which are just the part names, pretty simple. Labels equals labels. And then we're going to have the colors, which is obviously just the colors of the parts. Colors equals colors. And then we're going to have auto PCT, auto, not all caps, auto PCT, that's not right. Auto PCT, which sets the format to the output in percentages. So we're going to do the following in quotes. So percentage sign 1.1 F percentage sign. 2 percentage signs, my bad. There we go. And then we're going to have the next part, shadow. We're going to enable the shadowing. And then the starting angle, start angle equals 140. And then finally, we're going to have PLT axis equal. If you want to look in the details for this, you just refer to the documentation for this library, and finally show. And we had the bubble graph from before, and colors. I had colors, color, not colors. Where is colors? Line 13. Blue is not defined. Oops, I see I keep running into mistakes here. My mistake. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so here we go. Oh, there it is. So we had the shadowing. So let's demonstrate what we had here. So in the pie chart, we have the sizes. We have the explode, which is the separation from this explode, 0.100. So these aren't apart. This one is. And we have the labels, their names. We have the colors. We have the percentages displayed. And we have the shadowing. And we have the starting angle, which is a little tilted. So, and these diagrams are the most commonly used in data analysis. So all the ones we did from the last tutorial and this one. For those of you who are interested in visualization, you can search more about Seaborn, Bokeh, MPLD3, and PyGal libraries on your own in your free if you're interested. And that pretty much concludes this tutorial.